Every year that you're into reptiles and you walk around these expos, it's more unlikely you're going to find something that you've never seen before. But I've walked around all day yesterday and I've seen some things that I didn't even know existed that don't even look like real creatures. And today I'm going to show you the top 5 reptiles I've never heard of right here at the LA Pet Fair. Herp time.
What's up?
So we're here at the expo and I want to find 5 things I've never heard of before, and I think I found one. What the heck is this thing?
This is Crocodilurus amazonicus, or the crocodile tegu.
So where are these found and why have I never seen one before?
So just like their name, they're from the Amazon, but you've probably never seen one because they just aren't very common and they're not usually captive bred. This one was captive bred in the US, probably one of the first. And
did you breed it?
No, I did not.
Are you working on breeding them?
No, I'm not. I was, but I moved and got a smaller spot, and I don't have the room for these because though they're not like a huge lizard, they do need a lot of space. They're kind of like the same care as a caiman lizard, so they like a lot of branches, a lot of water. I have a large enough enclosure, but not as large as I'd like, so I want to give them to someone who can do them justice, you know?
So do they get bigger than this, or is this how big they get?
They get maybe like a couple inches bigger, but this is about it, like 3 feet max.
Are they interested in water like caiman lizards too?
Yes, they always live near and around water.
So
and they actually eat a lot of aquatic invertebrates and stuff like that as well.
So it's kind of like a smaller, not as crazy looking caiman lizard.
Yeah, exactly. They do have the crazy like crocodile tail, but they don't have the crazy colors of the caiman lizard.
So Armin, I've always wondered, why do you like the weirdest stuff I've never heard of?
It just intrigues me, and it's cool to show other people what's out there that you never knew before. I don't know, crested geckos are still an amazing animal. When you look at them for what they are, they're awesome, but when everyone has them, kind of makes it not as fun for me. So I guess I just like being a little different.
So Willie, I'm trying to find animals I've never seen before at this expo before. What have you seen that you never saw before?
Well, have you seen, there's a Sasquatch.
A cryptozoid Sasquatch?
Yeah.
What's he look like?
He's kind of like if I let my hair down. He's kind of like this, but he kind of.
What's he smell like?
Have you ever like left roaches in a bag too long and you kind of smell them from far away? Yeah, that.
Okay, I'm gonna try to find him.
Yeah, find it.
All right, thanks, Will.
Be careful.
Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, Adam.
Dave, what's been your favorite thing that you've seen at the expo so far?
This 50th cup of coffee this morning that I've had.
What morph is it?
It's Colombian.
Another species I've never heard of, Candoya carinata. So boa species generally are from the New World, where you find pythons in the Old World. But these animals are found in the Solomon Islands in Indonesia, which is clearly the Old World. Something like a Dumeril's boa, for example, where they act just like what you'd find in the New World. Boas that have live birth, they don't produce eggs. These guys here also, because they're arboreal species, you're gonna find them up in the trees. And an animal that's this thin and that doesn't have that much of a robust body, you wouldn't think would be that strong, but it's very strong. I was shocked. Almost kind of like a scrub python in a miniature form with a way cooler face, and also they're really, really easy to breed, and I think that I might have to bring these in. I've never seen them before, but I think that this might be my entire new personality. Move over Antaresia, we've got ourselves some Candoya carinata. Another species I've never seen or heard of before are these common monkey lizards, or smoothback bush anoles. It's a species of anole that's native to Venezuela, Trinidad and Tobago, that area of the world, and usually found in forest and scrublands. So this is an anole species. They look like anoles, sort of, but they also look a little unworldly. The way that they move around is so unique, and they're very common to be very handleable. These animals here were bought by my buddy Fitz at the expo. He pulled them out for the first time ever right in front of me, and they just sat on his shoulder. These are insectivores, so this species is going to eat things like crickets, mealworms, dubia roaches, all the good stuff that you know and love for everything else that you're going to feed in the anole family. Being an anole, they're semi-arboreal, which means that they're going to be in the trees most of the time, so set them up in a big tall enclosure as tall as you can. I just can't believe these things aren't more popular. This, in my opinion, is like the mountain horn dragon of the anole world. They're going to catch on. I might be in California, but all my reptiles still need to be fed this week, so let's check in with Trish. Warning, there might be some feeder rodents in the next scene.
The husband's away, the wife will play with rats. Today is a light feeding day. We're gonna feed off some rats to some ball pythons, Mushu, and an emerald. And it's a little bit cheaper now because we're getting our rats from Rodent Pro.
Wednesday, July 16th is World Snake Day, and to say thank you, Chewy and I are going to give you 20% off your very first auto ship order of Rodent Pro. If you feed rats to your reptiles, you want to feed frozen thawed, and there's nobody who does it better, more ethically, and for the best price than Rodent Pro, and now you can get the best rats that I use on Chewy.com. You are what you eat, and that goes for reptiles too, and I only feed mine the best. Thanks Chewy.com for offering 20% off Rodent Pro until July 25th. Let's get back to Pomona and show you some crazy stuff you've never seen before. Can you tell me about your Leachianus gecko?
So this Leachianus gecko, he comes from Australia. He's a pretty fancy leechy. He climbs trees.
What do you feed him?
He eats a lot of quail.
A lot of quail?
Yeah, he eats a lot of quail.
So why don't you feed him a Repashy diet like all the other Leachianus geckos?
You know, for some odd reason, he just denied the Repashy diet. He wasn't having it. He said, give me some quail.
You know, it kind of looks like you took a Savannah monitor and a Leachianus gecko and mixed them with a crested gecko, and then this came out. This is a hybrid, kind of like they did with the direwolf? Is that how you got it?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, it's a Bell's Leachy, but, you know, it's a...
Brand new species and more.
Exactly. We're hybriding them.
Can you tell me about this leopard gecko?
So this leopard gecko actually came from Armin at Herp Time.
Really?
Yeah, Armin blessed me with him, and I was pretty happy about it, to be honest with you. His name's Squid.
So you just feed him mealworms, obviously, right? Like not too big?
Yeah, mealworms, Repashy.
Okay.
Yeah. He doesn't really go for the Pangea.
But obviously you have to be careful because his tail will fall off being a leopard gecko, right?
Oh yeah, they regrow though. This is the 5th time it's regrown.
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
It just keeps going. And
okay.
they're not nails, they're suction cups.
Oh.
They just-
but you keep them at a 20-gallon, right?
Oh yeah, 20 gallon all day. You can't have it too big. They got to be able to find the food.
This guy's name is Robert from Farmhouse Reptiles. I get to meet a lot of cool people, and Robert's one of them. This is a black dragon, my dream species, and this guy here we showed that we said was a Leachy, that's a lace monitor. Specializing in monitors is something I've always wanted to do, and I'm so glad there's guys like Robert out there that I can live a little bit through without actually having all those monitors. This is what a real Leachianus gecko looks like. In all of these animals I've never seen at an expo before. This is a southern white-lip python. The most incredible all-black snake with white outlines around his lips, hence the name. Thanks to Predator Reptile Center for showing off this animal to me. Capital City Pythons showed me the biggest, most insane Gila monster I've ever seen. This dude is an absolute unit and a puppy dog. And of course he had a black dragon too, because I just didn't need to be any more jealous that everyone has them except for me. At this point, I've seen a lot of things at reptile expos, but never things like this centipede here, which can actually cohab with other centipedes. Or this duckbill looking tree frog. These rib newts that I've never seen before too. Or a cohab with all these cool species, which is only for display, but it's still kind of cool to see just for a little bit. But really, I could have done this entire video at Armin's booth, Herp Time. He's got regular stuff like croc skinks we've all seen, and then some micro geckos most of us have never heard of, but this is the coolest animal that I knew nothing about at the whole expo. Number one, we're back here at Herp Time. Armin, what is this thing? It looks like a tokay gecko that has stars on it.
So this is common name the Starry Night Tokay Gecko. They've only really been found in one cave in Thailand. A few years ago they were discovered, and only a few, less than a couple dozen, have come into the United States, and here is one of them.
So you are one of the lucky people that finally have these things. I remember seeing these in like a magazine or maybe like a Facebook post, and I couldn't even believe that they were real.
They're really amazing animals. The care is just like a tokay gecko. They're just a little bit smaller. They seem to be able to take it a little cooler because they're from like caves. I personally haven't bred them yet, but hopefully we'll soon.
Do they have a vocalization like it's okay?
Yeah, they do.
Armin, I don't really talk about the prices of these reptiles in videos, but if I wanted to buy one of these at this expo, how much do they go for?
Right now, they're about like $1,200 US, which is probably like 5 million Canadian.
5 million Canadian?
Yeah.
This is unprompted, by the way. He already knew that. Awesome. So if you wanted to buy one and you wanted to bring one to a different country, like maybe a snowier country, you think now is probably the time, eh?
Now's the time. Right now, they're not on any CITES listing. They're not protected in Thailand. I believe soon they will be, which is probably for the better, since if they're only from one cave, that would be important. There should be enough of them now in the hobby that we can keep them going, and enough bloodlines, so now's the time to get them.
Do you believe that we're protecting the species if we breed them in captivity?
We are protecting them in a way that if we're able to produce enough and stop people from smuggling them. It discourages smuggling them because if they're captive bred and you can get them for a cheaper price captive bred, then it's worth it. We could talk about that for hours. So short answer, yes and no.
Yes, sort of, kind of.
Yes.
Very cool. Thanks, Armin. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Truly, I think I'm gonna have to buy a couple of these. Let me know in the comment section below if you'd like to see that. This was a great trip, successful in Southern California. I got to check out my buddy MJ's place, The Trap. I can't wait to show you that video in a couple of weeks. I got to go see seals closer than I've ever seen them ever in my entire life. And to end the video, here's Dave talking about something that is way smarter than I could ever comprehend. Can you explain in your own words how you've come to have the ability to make vocalizations just like tokay geckos?
Just kidding. So I have what's called a hyoid bone, and it's right about here, and it's a little bone in humans' throats that other primates don't have, which enable humans to talk thusly.
What is your favorite word?
Thusly.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.